Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So here we find ourselves in the T-50-2, the newly re-released light tank tier 6. Excuse me. And we are on El Huluf. Figured I'd take it out for a match just to do a quick review on it. Stat wise, I think it's almost identical to the way it was previously before they pulled it out of the game. I still never really did understand why they pulled it out. They said it was too fast and all this other stuff, but then they turned around and put in tanks that are even faster, so it made no sense to me. And you can see this thing does haul butt. Look at this. I mean, we are just tooling by anything and everything. Yeah, we're cruising along doing 65. I mean, the Cromwell B is fast as hell, and that's not even catching us. That's like, you know, and I felt confident enough here to try and swoop through here and maybe get some lights as I cut across here. Anybody was, you know, coming down in this area, but no such luck. And I came up this way just due to the fact that the only person that did was a Cromwell, and I'm not sure where he really goes, and I wanted to get shots at anything that decided they wanted to cross right here. So it's just kind of patiently waiting for the slower mediums and heavies to get up through this area. And that 3485M, I believe he drives by me and goes down here and kind of gets himself, well, he gets himself stuck in that area where he can't do much. I take a shot at the 3001P. Now he turns around and he comes back, and I believe I take a hit from him, and I like sat right there because I reached up and hit the W, the wrong keys. I'm like, what in the hell? I forgot they just had that patch, and it redid all my key bindings for some reason, which normally it didn't. And when I took off, I was using the WSD whatever keys, because anyway, I didn't switch them back to the up arrow keys. And then when I went to pull back there a second ago, I was trying to use the standard key that I set it up to, and I'm like, gosh, I'm not moving. I wasn't really worried about the KV-2 hitting me while he was moving like that. The chance in like hell to hit you on the move while he's, you know, and then he's burning, so that's probably not helping him too much. But so basically, I'm just kind of sitting here trying to get any shots I can. There's no one here in position with me. I was watching the backside here, and you can see we got, you know, a lot going on there. But I felt pretty confident with these guys. I mean, we got two tank destroyers, the other T-50-2, which I don't know why he sat there, P-43 BIS, which probably should have came up here. I mean, we had a decent amount of stuff that were, you know, you think would be able to hold off like 3 tanks, maybe 4. Well, the T-50-2, I don't know where the hell he went, but, well, he just knocked one of them out. So, felt pretty safe, and we're just pretty much pounding these guys. I go to back up, and I got out of the way in time, but then the lovely gun depression on this, I just almost didn't hit that KB85 in the keister. It only has 7 degrees of gun depression on this, which kind of, it can really suck, because you'll see me kind of struggle to get the gun down here in a little bit when, I can't remember, I think it might be the 131. In the front of the 131 and the Thunderbolt, standard rounds with this at the 118 pound are not going to go through it. I did try, but yeah, to no avail, so I did switch over to premium, and premium wouldn't even go through the Tiger 131's commander cupola area, the frontal, the area up around the turret on that. Couldn't even get through it with premium rounds. I'm like, holy crap. Actually, I take a shot at this here with a standard round, the Jackson, which has pretty much no armor, and I didn't pen him with a standard round. So I'm starting to get a little flustered. I did switch it to premium, and I think I did leave it on premium. But that's a standard round right into the Thunderbolt, not to no avail. We were able to get a shot off into the Jackson's keister, and you'll see me in a minute switch it over to premium, because I just know that the Thunderbolt and the Tiger 131, there's no way on God's green earth I'm going to pen it with standard rounds. I did try, though, and that's where I couldn't get the gun down quick enough. See, that's premium rounds aren't even going through, and then finally I put one through him for 99 and back up, and our team is just melting so fast. I pulled up real quick. He shot. I know I've got a way quicker reload than him. I was getting a little bit greedy here. I took another shot from the 131, but he must have... Oh, I don't have my mods on here for anything. That's right. love to know. I wonder if one of those shots were him right there, because that would be spaced armor. Interesting. I got a feeling that was that shot right there, because that's the only reason it wouldn't have gone through, because of the spaced armor on the gun mantlet. And this big old chunk right here probably is what saved me there. But I'm hoping the Achilles pulls out here so I can get a little bit of damage in him. The AMX-12T was just crazier than hell doing what he was doing. Let me see, did he die? Actually, I don't know if he dies. But the Thunderbolt's out here, and I'm just trying to help the 3045 take him out. And then we start getting capped. I see the Jackson over there. I can't get my gun down, but it didn't matter anyways. I saw the T-50-2 on the enemy team over there, and I figured I'd go after him, and then all of a sudden to my left I see the Type 64, and I thought, he's going to cut me off the pass. I might as well just try and get a shot on him, see what I can do. So I do an auto aim, and I don't think I even hit him. I don't know. I think it missed. But yeah, that's all she wrote for this great team that we had. Actually, it wasn't as bad of a loss as I thought at the time, probably. But I mean, they still had 2 artillery and 4 tanks. And I wasn't, you'll hear in the post-game stats, I go through the stats of every player on the team on how many shots they took and how many they hit. And I wasn't trying to embarrass anybody or, you know, belittle them. It's just, I get so frustrated when I'm, you know, in a light tank, which, you know, I probably could have played the field a little more and tried getting lights, but it wouldn't have really mattered because basically their whole team was either up in this area or over in this area. I mean, there was really nothing other than going artillery hunting, which then I probably would have got chased down and killed, and I seemed to be getting a good amount of damage up here, so that's why I stayed there. But I mean, I had like 26 shots, and I think the next closest person to me was the other T-50-2 on our team with like maybe 16 or 17 shots. But the rest of our team did like maybe 1, sometimes 2 shots, maybe a third. And out of those 3, they might hit 1, pen none. It's just a miserable team. It's like so frickin' annoying that it's just constantly the same thing over and over every match. Just a miserable team every time. It's like, how do I keep getting stuck on the crappy team? But yeah, so you'll have some post-game stats, and then I got a replay of the KJBZ, whatever the hell that is, 105, and that's kind of the same thing. Miserable team, tier 10 match. I'm in a tier 8, and I did more damage than just about I think I did more damage than everybody on our team. And, you know, and I wasn't a tank destroyer, and I did sit in the back, and I did use like pretty much all premium rounds, but you know, it was justified for what I was shooting against. And in a tier 8 and a tier 10 match, you know, you're kind of, yeah, the standard rounds probably would have done all right with 268 pen, but I didn't want to risk it. I mean, I'm watching my team just melt all around me, so I did what I did. And you know, people get pissed at you for shooting premium rounds. Well, they're in the game. It's not cheating. You know, and they, you know, they'll bitch you out for doing it, but then they'll turn around and do it more than you do. So, but anyways, so I'll have the post-game stats for this match, and then I'll have another match with Kanjan Peasy or whatever the hell that thing is, 105. But I do not have any post-game stats for that one. So, if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll be right back. Alrighty, so the T-50-2 is back. Better than ever. Seems to have about the same stats that I really kind of remember when it originally came out. Rate of fire, dispersion, everything looks about the same. I didn't go looking specifically at the original. The only thing that I think might be a little lacking is a gun depression. It still might have been 7 previously. But, yeah. So anyways, I just did a match in it. First time I played it since it's been re-released as a premium. Yeah, right here. And you can still see I got a 5X because this was a loss. And I got my Master Badge Class 3. Sharpshooter, Fire for Effect, Master Gunner, Bruiser, a Confederate, and I got a Bond. for the Confederate, and I got some extra credits for courageous resistance. Shot pretty much all standard rounds until I bounced off of the Thunderbolt. I knew with the standard pin on this is not the best. Whoops. I think it's like 1 something. Yeah, 118. I knew that wasn't going to go through the front of a Thunderbolt. It's got that extra armor, so I switched over to premium, and then ended up keeping it on there for, it didn't seem like that many shots, but boy, it really ruined the credits I would have made. But yeah, the team just completely sucked ass. Normally I would play this more as a scout, but as I was watching everything unfold, I felt the position that I took up, no one was there on my side, that I was better off sticking there to get side shots on tanks as I tried going across the open area there, which worked out good. I was able to stop the Thunderbolt from just rolling over and knocking out, I think it was our VK30.01P. I think that was down there. But anyways, I got some pretty good shots off. Decent amount of damage. But it ended up our team lost. Towards the very end, they started capping us. I was going to try and go back to base to try and stop them capping us. I was a one shot. I think I had like 30 hit points left, if that. And yeah, you don't get a lot of hit points with this, I don't think either. Yeah, 580, which is, I mean, it's a tier 6. What do you expect? And it's, you know, a light tank. But I set it up a little different too, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I was going to make a beeline for our base to try resetting the cap, and I saw a T-60, excuse me, was it a 64, Type 64 coming up the hill at me, and I figured, well, he's either going to, if I can continue towards the base, he's just going to cut me off and hit me in the side. So I did a whoop-de-woo there, turned around and went down the hill towards after him. But he was a little more accurate than me. You know, this is the first match I've had in this tank since it's been re-released. So, you know, it's basically like a brand new crew. So, not very super accurate with all the stuff. Because I went with, smooth ride to help the aim, snapshot, you know. Tried to helping that, and also the view range. We got second most damage with 1,343, 372 base experience, and the Confederate. You can see that our team just completely sucked ass. I mean, some of these tanks, like this one, I mean, just to go through. I mean, I don't know how I keep getting shitty teams, but look at this. 3485M. Hits for, I think, 180 or 190 average damage per shot. He took 5 shots, hit 1 target, didn't pen anything. VK3601H, I think that hits for like 110 or 120, depending on the gun, but I think that one hits for like 110 or 120, 6 shots, 4 hit, 1 pen. P43 Bias, 219, that hits for 220 average damage. 9 shots, 6 hit, 2 pen. So he must have just knocked the track off of something too. KV85, 251, he penned 1 target. KV2, I mean, that's got the big ass derp, 350 damage. Said he penned 4 targets. What was he shooting? I mean, was he just like splashing next to him? I mean, 350, the gun does like, it can do up to like 700 and some average or 900 and some average. Well, let's look. Got the damn thing right here. Yeah, 700 average damage with your standard and your, both of them are AP rounds. And up to 910 with your HE, which the amount of damage he did, he had to have been shooting HE. But yeah, pitiful. Type 58, I think that does like 180 or 190 per shot. He 3 shots, 3 hit, 3 pen. AMX-12T autoloader, 388, 10 shots, 4 hit, 3 pen. Hummel artillery, that hits for quite a bit too. One shot of damage, and he shot 5 times. He only hit 1 target as a direct hit, and then he splashed 1. SU-100, 412. That thing is got a wicked gun, 390 average damage, 1 target hit. VK30.01P, 430 damage. That thing does 220 damage per hit. 2 hits of damage. Cromwell B, 521. That's got a pew-pew gun, but I think it does like 120, 130, whatever average per shot. Might be more. Maybe it's 150. 12 shots, 4 hit, 4 pen. M44 artillery, 760 average damage. 6 shots, 2 hit, 2 pen, 4 splashes. The other T-50-2 on our team, because there was 2 of us, 15 shots, 14 hit, 13 pen. And then you got me and the other T-50-2, 26 shots, 22 hits, 15 pen. And then our Jackson, 12 shots, 8 hit, 6 pen. Do I have like a superhuman finger that just I know where to hit the fire button? I mean, I just don't understand how I keep getting lousy ass teams. I'm going to show you two replays. This one and another one that I had in the Tier 8, that Quamwagon, whatever, the one that had the 90mm that they added the 105 to. That's going to be the next replay that I have, and it's the same thing. I just had a shitty team. I ended up doing the most damage in a Tier 10 game, and I was in a Tier 8. Ended up, you know, stepping on it because I kind of screwed up towards the end. The T-95 had the faster firing gun, not the big boomstick. I think it's like the basically the T-34 gun, so it shoots really fast. It just only does like, you know, 400 average damage, and I would knock his track off trying to get around him, and he put a round in me before I could get around him. So I ended up getting kind of rumple-stomped, snuck around the backside of him, but I think he kind of knew what I was doing, and I come around down in front of him. He was aiming right at me. I'm like, shit. And I was time constraints. The 2-minute timer had gone off. I mean, I was down to less than a minute, so I had to do something. It was either I, you know, tried knocking his track off, getting on his side around him or whatever, and we're both on tank destroyers, so it's not very easy to get a tank destroyer behind another tank destroyer when he's outweighing me by a lot. And I just couldn't pen him. I mean, I aimed for weak spots. Oh, and I got my new truck. This is a bunk. This is kind of be a temporary setup the way I've got it right now, because my head is like leaning against this bar. But it's a little bit different in here. Oh, but I've got a camera. I can show you. So tour time. So there's my Mountain Dew. Yeah, that's your panel for, you know, all the crap, heat, air conditioning. And then up there I just got a storage compartment. And this is a real mess. I got my microwave up here right now. This is the top bunk that I basically will use for all storage. Got my computer sitting there, just kind of laying on its side. Being that I'm in a truck bouncing up and down, you don't want it to be straight up and down because they'll can knock your video card loose. And bottom bunk. And the front of the truck. Dash, steering wheel, gear shifter, all that good stuff. And then this is another, hard to do it that way, I don't know, another storage compartment, but I can open this up, and that's where you can't really even see in there. That's where I kind of put like the monitor, speakers, microphone, mouse. I can tuck it all in there so it's somewhere safe. The computer I've actually got, as you can see, strapped down with this blue strap, so that way if I slam on the brakes, that doesn't go for a ride. The setup down here is a little different because the TV, as you can see, or you can't see because it's kind of dark down here, it doesn't sit in the middle. It kind of sits off to the side, which I think is stupid, because if they mounted it more to the right, oh yeah, I could have had a way bigger TV. And then it's got a little compartment, little things at the end of the bed for, like, you know, you want to put a pop, coffee, whatever. But I like it because, for one, it's a 2019, and two, it does have a lot more room. It just doesn't look like, because normally this bunk I can actually split it in two, so it's like half a bunk. But the only problem is, with the computer I have, it's too wide, so the bunk can't fold up. I could make it fold up, but then it would squish all the wiring, and that would really not be a good thing. So I'm going to order a new case that will fit on the half the bunk, and then I'll be able to put this up and it won't be in the way. Either that, or I can get just like a seat, chair, or whatever, so I can basically set over. Let me steal my set over here. So where this thing actually tucks in, and I can set a seat like right there on the floor, or chair, little chair, or whatever, and turn all this stuff, you know, sideways, and then I will be able to just set in front of it instead of sideways like this. So it doesn't matter. I'll get something figured out. Basically, I got the truck yesterday, day before yesterday, and by the time I stopped driving yesterday, because I was up all day moving everything, I didn't get any sleep. So I just put stuff away and believe me, I had a lot of crap too. But anyway, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with the truck. I'll give you guys a better look when it's not such crappy weather out. I'll just go around and kind of take some video of the truck, and that way you can see the outside of it, because it does look different than my 579. So anyway, so the details of this one, well, where are we at here? 26 shots, 22 hit, 15 pen. I shot mostly all standard rounds. I did shoot a handful of premium, which I was really surprised that I lost this much credits shooting mainly standard rounds. Total damage 1343. We got hit 5 times, 4 pen, 1 bounced. I think it actually knocked my track off. Damage block with our armor was 220, so no, it actually did block a shot from probably the VK30.01P. We spotted 2, damage 7. Damage with our assistance was 22. And we got 19,376 for earned for the battle, plus we get the courageous resistance of 3,888. For a total of 23,264, but we ended up losing 22,506 because of shooting premium ammo. And like I said, I only thought I shot a handful, like literally maybe 5 to 7, if that. And I mean, I shot 26 times, so it's literally just a handful. And that's because I knew for a fact I was not going to pen that Thunderbolt in the front with 108, was it 118, was that what I said? Yeah, 118 pen. It is not going to happen. But, yeah, so if you want to hold on, I'll have another replay for you of the Tier 8. I'll just go to it. I can't even pronounce the damn thing. Convagen, Ragen, something or other. So here's the 90 millimeter, correct? Yeah, this is the 90. Here's the 105. This one here, the Can JPZ 105. Had a hell of a game in it. Tier 10 match. I did shoot, I think, pretty much all premium rounds in that one. But it was because I actually did forget to change it from standard to, I switched it from standard. First shot I took, or second shot, bounced, switched to a premium round because I was only getting shots at turrets, and then I kind of forgot to switch it back over to standard, and then I was like, oh, the hell with it. You know, it was down to just me, or getting down to where it was just me, and I figured, screw it, I need to have this stuff penetrate. Even though the standard pen on this is like 260 something, 268, which is super good. I just wanted to guarantee that I was going to be penetrating, and the heat rounds on this is like 330. So I knew I had a way better chance of penetrating turrets with that, and believe me, I did. I actually did penetrate some turrets with that, where the 268 APCR round would have bounced. So, yeah, and that was the same thing, just a miserable team, and I ended up doing the most damage, I believe, in that match too, but it was another loss. But I was really bummed at the end of the match when I got outplayed by a T-95. But, you know, it happens to the best of us. So if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll have that match for you in just a few minutes. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, so here we are in the Con JPZ 105, and you can see Tier 10 match with mainly Tier 10s and a couple 9s, and it was a 3-5-7 matchmaking, and yeah. So, oh, and I said there was no post-game stats. I was wrong. I do have post-game stats for this match. What it was is I did the post-game stats right after the match when I was back at the hotel with my youngins, and they were all kind of being loud, and I tried doing it the best I could with a headset. I didn't have my camera or anything, and so it might be hard to hear the post-game stats in that match, but yeah, so you'll see. Basically, I go up here. I saw a couple other people come up to this little hill to the right up here, and I thought, oh, that's cool. I'm going to try going up there next time. I just never really paid attention. There's a little path you can go to get right up here. So we climb up here, and then we just take up a nice position behind this bush and just get ready to start dealing out some damage. I do quite a bit of damage. I think I did the most damage out of both teams. I can't remember. Like I said, this was a few days ago. I know I had a pretty good match. Unfortunately, towards the end, it was me and this, and I think I had some, I don't think I was full health. It boiled down to me versus a T-95. Obviously, I've got the speed to outrun the T-95, but he didn't have the 750 damage gun. He had the T-34's gun on there, and the T-95 with that, with the T-34's gun, it shoots so damn fast. I mean, I would shoot his track off, try getting him around him, and he would just put another round in me. And with 1,050 hit points, it doesn't take much to kill one of these. I mean, you know, if he's hit me for 400, that's basically 3 shots and I'm dead. And I shot the hell out of him and I could not penetrate him. I shot the weak commander's hatch. No luck, didn't pen it. I can't remember if I even was able to knock his damn track off when I shot him. But anyways, yeah, it was just another example of, you know, just a crappy kind of team. I mean, yeah, I wasn't a tank destroyer. I was sitting in the back, but, you know, it's just most of the time it's just common sense when you're shooting at a lot of these targets and stuff. You know, don't like the Conway up there. I mean, that thing has absolutely no armor, and he's right up there in the very front, and sure enough, you know, he's just getting tore down. It doesn't help that I accidentally shoot him. Oops. He was backing up here, and you'll see the Panther 2 starts wiggling around with him. They're dancing back and forth. I went to take a shot. I thought I had a shot on the Panther, and I shot the damn Conway right in the back. I'm like, son of a bitch. But I did apologize profusely to him. You know, you'll see him in a second. He's like, wow. And I stopped immediately here in a second, and I typed, I'm like, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to shoot him. It was like a complete accident. It's just, Conway, Panther, they're doing this, you know, snaking thing down the hill, and I thought the Conway was going to go to the left, the Panther was going to go right, and when he did, they didn't go that way. They went the opposite way, and I ended up shooting the damn Conway in the back of the turret. Of course, when I hit a friendly, I do 400 and it's like 450 some damage. It was some redonkulous. It might not have been that much, but it was a heck of a chunk of damage. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So I'm shooting a 268 version 4. Watch this. Premium round. Gonna finish him off. And bounce. And that's why I was shooting premium rounds, because with what they had with tier 10s on the enemy team, standard round, that's 268 pen, but a premium round with 330 wouldn't go through the side of that thing. Do you think 268 with a standard round's gonna? More likely not. I was pretty pleased that they did not have artillery, because if they had artillery, they would have been pounding the snot out of me up here. And we haven't done a whole lot of damage yet. We're up to 1222. But all I'm trying to do is every time I see somebody pop up over, I'm using premium rounds, because I know that 330 heat's going to go through an Object 140's turret, where a standard round with 268 pen is not gonna. The STG, same. If he pops up, I know I can put a round through his turret, where I can't with a standard round won't go through his turret. So basically, it's just kind of a waiting game. You're waiting for targets to get lit and basically come to you. See the 268 version 4, he's trying to back up out of there real quick. We end up finishing him off. And right now, it's even. It's, you know, we're doing even Steven, 5-5. So, it's just, I don't know if our team got over. Yeah, right next to me here. Oh, 263. Yeah, the 263 and myself just nailed him and just deleted that guy. I don't know if it's just our team started getting a little overconfident that we actually took the lead here, or, you know, they started catching up, and I'm like, well, this ain't working out too well. So the low starts popping up over here. I know if I hit him in the front with a standard round on the side, it'll go through him. But if I'm shooting the front, him facing directly on me, a standard round probably will not go through him, since they busted up. And I dunked that shot like an idiot. But he got finished off by, I think it was a 263 that finished him off. So basically, I'm just going to try and work on this low and get rid of him as quick as I can. And he disappears. I take a blind shot, and nothing. So I don't know how the hell I missed that shot. You know, I could have probably switched it on standard rounds for most of the stuff that I'm shooting at now, but I just said the hell with it and left it on premium. I just wanted to make sure that I was going to penetrate this stuff. That when I hit something, it was going to penetrate and do damage, not bounce, because now it's 9-9. It's been a close game the whole match. back up here a little bit. The low pops up here, and I thread through a needle here. I was very surprised that one actually hit it. I'd say that's all skill, but I'd be lying to you. So anyways, it's basically just kind of waiting for them to roll into us. It's down to, they've got, what, 4? Yeah, and we got 3, 4, 5, 6 of us. And we end up losing this. The, what tank was that? 277, the Object 277 on the enemy team had a hella game. He ended up ripping up the rest of the guys on my team pretty much himself, if I remember right. I was waiting for that tank destroyer to pop out down there. Now, when I saw the Jagdpanzer E100 over here, I was really kind of hoping. I see the 57 Heavy heading that way. The T-52 is doing an awesome job of nothing. I mean, he might as well be in a fucking tank destroyer. He's sitting back here doing nothing. I mean, he's just sitting there doing nothing. Then I see the 263 heading down. I'm thinking to myself, maybe I better head down with them and just back them up, because you can see 3 of them right there going against one Jagdpanzer E100. The 57 Heavy's getting over there slowly but surely. 263's just stopped, and we just lost our Jagdzilla there. T-52 finally moves forward, lights up the 120 fake tank, and I think he gets him and takes him out. So at that point, I felt like, you know, I need to go help the 57 Heavy. Even though he's in the autoloader, there's still, you know, 3 versus 1, and then the Object 263 is climbing back up the hill. I'm like, what the hell? I was like, dude, you should be coming with us. And the 57 Heavy gets knocked out. The T-32 finally moves forward, which at first I was going to climb the hill and hopefully kind of outsmart him and outview, you know, get a better view range of them, because I've got nods. I'm in a tank destroyer. I'm thinking if I get up the hill, I can use my camo and my nods to get shots at them, and they won't even see me. So as I slowly climb up this little hill, the Object 277 actually had lit me. I don't have 6th sense on this, but he takes a shot, so I know I was lit. And then he backs down. I was like, oh, please come up, please pop up, please pop up. And then I couldn't get my gun down far enough, if I remember right. Oh no, he knew better. He knew he was a one-shot. I took a blind shot in there anyways, and I figured, well, I might as well come off the hill, because he knows that I was heading up the hill, so he's just going to wait for me to, you know, make a mistake and pop me in the eye. So I figured I'm going to come down the hill. Hopefully he didn't spot me. I'm heading over this way to help the 263 and the T-32. T-32 gets knocked out, so I'm able to pop over the corner here, and I figured the T-95's full health. He's going to give me the most, you know, pain in the rectolum of a time. I've got a shot coming on the 257 here, if he doesn't move. He doesn't, so I take him out. So we're up to 4 kills and 3,783 damage, and the T-95 is rolling up the hill at me. The only problem I was really worried about, was I didn't know where the 277 was. So my best bet right now is to get my butt out of here. And then I saw 277, and he actually takes 263 gets knocked out. I don't remember. I think the T-95 turns around, because I was kind of I kept watching. You'll see me watching my butt, waiting for that T-95 to roll up and shoot me in the keister. But I was able to get out of there in time. I thought, okay, Object 263 is here. I'm going to come up on the backside and flank them. And I just couldn't make my mind up, and then I couldn't make the turn. I almost stepped on it right there. I almost rolled my own tank destroyer over. I didn't know if I wanted to go left, right, down the hill to the left, around this rock. I'm just thinking, is that, what was it, 277, right? Yeah, the 277, and then I almost do the same thing here. I'm like, oh my God, calm down, calm down. I was trying to get over there as quick as I could to help the Object 263, and you can see now he's down to a one-shot. And by the time I get around before I even get around the corner, he's taken out. Now it's down to a 3/4 health T-95 and Object 277. The Object 277's got 3 kills, and I thought, okay, I need to get rid of him first. He's going to be a harder target to kill than the T-95, and I couldn't have been more wrong. But I light him up. Get a shot off. T-95 hits me for 340, and I'm like, oh shit, he's got the little gun. I was actually hoping he had the bigger gun, because then I could probably out DPM him, but I couldn't even pen him. And that was with a premium heat round through the weak commander's hatch, and he put 2 shells into me, one for 280 and one for 340. I wonder what the hell gun he had. That's more like, I wonder if that's like the T-52 gun. That might be like the very stock gun. But this thing has absolutely no armor, so my best bet, I'm thinking, is to try and climb up this hill and flank him. So you're going to see me. I'm trying to climb up the hill. I keep kind of peeking around the backside. The T-95 gets around the corner, but I use this rock right here to cover my butt so he can't get a shot at me. But he knows what I'm doing. I imagine he figures, yep, he's just going to go up around here and flank me. I'm thinking, this is the part, you're both in tank destroyers, you have no turret. So whoever makes the mistake first is the one that's going to die, or whoever has the least amount of hit points and makes the mistake is going to die. Unfortunately, that was me. Right here, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to come out on the edge of the hill, see if I can light him up, because, you know, T-95 is slow. He can't get too far too fast. If I don't light him up, then more than likely, he's over here. So I'm not lighting him up down there. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to pop out here, and the timer's going off, and now I'm really sweating because, you know, you're pressed for time. So when I pulled out here like this, I thought, you know, he was like right here when I was going up that hill. He can't be way the hell down here by now. Not in a T-95. I'm thinking, well, he's got to be over here. So, you know, constraints of time, I'm down to 1 minute 50 seconds. He's got 3/4 of his health. I'm basically a 1 or 2 shot for him. I'm just trying to get lights on him. Nothing. I'm thinking, maybe he's climbing up that hill over there. So, with 1 minute 31 seconds left, I really got to hurry. And then all of a sudden, the team just starts saying, draw it out, draw it out. It's still a freaking loss. I don't understand. Why would you want to draw it out? It's still a loss. It's still, if you draw out a match, or you lose a match, either way, it's a loss. Maybe they're just thinking, well, they're not going to win then. If we don't win, they won't win. To me, I would rather try and win. So I go for the win, and just, yeah. So I try and I nail his track. He fixes it, obviously. So I'm trying to get around him. I can't make the turn quick enough. I'm not loaded, and I know I'm screwed. You know, if he would have had the 750 average gun on there, I would have easily got behind him, or at least alongside him, and been able to probably, because with the speed this has, I could have probably wormed around him. The problem I had is he outweighs me. He can push me around. We would have either went side to side, and neither of us would have killed each other, and it would have just drawn out. Or I could have got lucky, got flipped around, and just started putting rounds on his keister. You know, because of the speed that this has. But he had a small gun on there, so his reload, I swear to God, must have been like 5.5 seconds. Because I knocked his track off when he was facing this way. He no sooner than turned this way, and he was able to put another round in me again. I'm like, holy crap. So, yeah, looking at it, I'm thinking that might be the T-52 gun. Right, you know, by looking at the tip of it there. So that would be the smallest gun on the T-95 that you can get. Yeah, 273, 280. That's got to be the T-32 gun. But, yeah, he penned me every time because this thing has no armor. Got the speed, but I have no armor, and for some reason I couldn't pen his commander's hatch at distance. Hit him there, I think. The only damage that happened to him was me. I'm the only one that did do damage to him originally when I hit him when he was over here by the 257. So, yeah, kudos to him. He played a good game. But anyways, yeah, that's all she wrote. If you guys enjoyed the matches, please click the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield. Alrighty, so had a little bit of a problem trying to penetrate the T-95 there. Couldn't do it. You know, for a tier 8 and a tier 10 match, didn't do too shabby. I did put it on premium rounds, and I forgot to change it back because of obviously a lot of the shots that I took could have been with standard rounds, but we ended up getting a Master Ace Tanker, a Fighter, a Fire for Effect, and a Hallen's Medal for killing 2 tank destroyers that were 2 tiers higher than me. We killed the Object 277, who had a hell of a game, wiping out half the team. Hit him for 267, finished him off, and knocked out his driver. Hit the Object 140 twice for 753, knocked out his gun. Object 268 version 4, hit him twice for 617, finished him off. Object 257, hit him once for 273, finished him off, knocked out his driver. The T-95, I hit him one time for 374 in the side, but then I just couldn't get behind him. He was just kind of knew what I was doing, I think. So kudos to him, good match. Did knock his track out. He was using the smaller gun because he definitely wasn't hitting me for 750, and his reload was like 7 seconds. It was flipping fast, so I couldn't knock his track off and then get behind him because I'd knock his track off, and he'd knock my track, but I was track off when I was trying to get behind him. The low, we hit him 2 times for 669, finished him off. Panther 2, we hit him once for 424. STG, we hit him one time for 342, finished him off. The WZ-121FT, we hit him one time for 331. And let's see. So we got the most damage at 4,055 kills, base experience of 820. You can see our tier 10's pretty well sucked. Had 23 shots, 17 hit, 13 pen. I did hit a friendly. The Conway was backing down a hill, and he had, I think it was the Panther 2 or something, right on his front bumper, backing down with him. Thought I was going to be able to take a shot because he was just kind of doing an S down the hill, and I pulled the trigger and unfortunately hit our Conway. And of course, I'd hit him for a nice, 405 when everything else that I was hitting on the enemy team was for 331, well, that was a 424, 374, but, you hit a friendly, and, of course, you do get a nice high roll. So we damaged 9, destroyed 5, damage to our systems was 981, lost 3,381 credits due to the fact that they shot all premium rounds. And I really don't care. It was a tier 10 match. A lot of the shots I was getting was turret shots, so I would rather penetrate and spend some extra credits than bounce some more. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this match. If you did, click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys stay safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.